Hey, what's up? It's Joe back with a SED video. So today I'm just going to talk about a command that I wrote to go through a list of files, a file similar to something like this, and use that list and actually have SED go in and install the packages that I want, right? So for instance, if the file was this, it install like the hashtags means I want it to install. So install tree, install unclutter, try to install whatever this file name is that we know doesn't exist. Don't install Audacity, install Pandoc, but don't install Zadura. All right. So how did I do that? I did it using SED, and it's a very simple command that I use to make it work. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I did, and maybe you can use it for yourself. But before we get started, if you're liking these videos, please go ahead and subscribe, and do not forget to hit that bell to get those notifications. And also watch my other videos, because I think they're pretty good, in my opinion. So before we get too far, just let's look at some SED commands to make sure we understand at least somewhat how SED works, instead of just me jumping into this command to have it like create install the packages. Okay, so let's use this for an example file. So this is going to be the file we're going to be playing around with, and this is going to be an extremely short video. Probably no more than like 12 minutes just to get everything accomplished. All right. Okay, so let's just look at this file. So we're going to, if you want to just see what the file is, we can do this. So that just prints the entire file, as you can see here. We just printed the president's file, right? So when you do with this empty string, it just prints the entire file. Say if I wanted to print lines 4 through 10, I can say SED, and then the quote, and then 4 to 10, and then I can do P for like means for print, and then I can just do the file name again. So as you can see, it printed those lines, but as you also can probably see, it looks like it's more records than what was over here. So 4 through 10 is here. So Grover Cleveland got printed twice. William McKinley got printed twice. Theodore and all those stuff. Calvin Coolidge got printed twice. Once it got to Herbert, then it no longer got printed twice. So what is that telling us? That's telling us a lot, actually. So when we do the P, that means that go ahead and print those lines. But what it's also doing is already printing the other lines. Because as you remember, when we didn't do anything, it just printed the lines regardless, right? So now we know that it prints lines regardless, and then we reprinted the lines again. We said pick the lines 4 through 10. There's a command, or there's a flag -n, which means suppress. Don't ask me why N stands for suppress, but it does. Maybe N is like not print, like I don't know, but -n means suppress. So now when I do that, it didn't print all the other lines. It just printed these lines 4 through 10 right here, as you can see. So say for instance, I wanted to delete lines 4 through 10. Oops. So here I can just change the D to D. I'm going to change the P to D. So if I do this now, nothing's going to show. Why? Because I'm still suppressing. But if I wanted to actually show everything, and it's not going to show the lines that were deleted, then it shows this. So now Grover Cleveland, 4 through 10 is here. Grover Cleveland is the first one is here, but the second one is gone. And William McKinley is gone. And then once you get to Herbert, which is Herbert Clark, and then right below that, right above that, Calvin Coolidge, which would have been there, is gone. All right. Yeah, so it's 4 to 10. All right. So since we are able to do that, let's say we wanted to append. Oops. Say we wanted to append something. So append is going to put it below the line. So I'm just going to put appender just so you can see it. All right. So now if we look lines 4 through 10, so we have these are fine. And then we get to Grover Cleveland, which is 4. It goes appender under that, appender under this, appender under that. So we're just going through just some simple commands with SED. We can also do something for insert. So now insert is it just goes at the top. So if you look here, Now it's at the top. It shouldn't be appended. It probably should be inserted or something like that. But it's at the top. Okay. So with that, you can also do something where we want to do like a substitution. So say, for instance, we have SED, and we say we want to substitute Benjamin for Benji. So you can do like regular expressions with this, although this is not going to be that like a complicated regular expression for this. So we're just going to say substitute Benjamin for, and right now it doesn't matter what the line numbers are because we didn't tell it. So we're just going to say substitute Benjamin for Benji. And then if you use regular expressions before, you know there's an I flag, which means case insensitive, because this is all lowercase and then this is uppercase. Well, that has a capital B. So now when I do that and I pass in the precedence again, I do need to do my single quote and then put that back here. So Benjamin got changed to Benji, as you can see here. And then if I wanted to say, okay, let me do something else. Let me do multiple commands. Let's say also change Richard to Richie. So Richard to Richie. And we're going to do -I again. So Richard got changed to Richie, and then Benjamin got changed to Benji. All right. And then we're able to do multiple commands there. All right. So that was like touching on like some kind of like, touching on some substitution. But how can we get this to work by actually looking at what we originally came in here to do, which is getting SED to install these. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of this for now because we played around with SED enough. Let's just get to what we came here for. All right. So first, let's just go ahead and cat this out. So these are what we want to do. We want to get SED to print these. Okay. So it's going to say SED, will you please print these for me? Well, install these programs. This is going to say, what are you talking about? And I'm going to say, I don't know. Let me see, can I figure it out? And I'm going to try to figure it out. So let's try to figure it out. So, all right. So SED, I'm going to put that, and then we're going to say substitute. And then we're going to say starts with a hashtag. Where is the hashtag symbol? All right. So we're substituting this hashtag, and we want to substitute it for like sudo apt get install. Okay. So now when we do this and we do the apps file, it's not going to be exactly what we want because we didn't put a space here. I'll just show you. So we have the hashtag got replaced, which is what we wanted. And it didn't do anything for Audacity, and it didn't do anything for Zadura because that doesn't meet our regular expression. But then there's no space between tree and unclutter and then this thing. So we need to add a space. So let's go ahead and add that space. So now we're getting somewhere. We have this space, sudo apt get install tree. So that's like the normal commands you have to, you get when you're trying to install your packages. All right. So now that we have that, let's do something where we only print the ones that we actually found. So let's go ahead and do the -n again to suppress the rest. So now it knocked out like the Zadura, and I think there was one more, Audacity. Now they're no longer showing. Let's just make sure. So Audacity is no longer showing and Zadura is no longer showing. So now we just have these 4 commands. Okay, so we're getting close. But how do we get it to execute? We got the command, so how does it execute? Very easy, actually. We just add an E. That means execute. So if I were to run this right now, put in my password, of course. So unable to locate that package, which I actually expected. All right. So that was actually able to get it to execute. So now let's just say if we wanted to have it go to a log file. So we just do the standard out, and we can just call that logs. And then for the errors, we just say log errors or something like that. And we can even take out the P so it doesn't print anything because we don't really need it because now we're going to the logs. And now if we run this, nothing showed because we took out the P, so it's not printing, and we suppressed with the -n. I'm pointing like you can see where I'm pointing. So we did suppressing with the -n, and then we took out the P, so it doesn't print. So now if I look at my logs, like let's say cat logs, these are the logs of what was installed. So tree was installed, unclutter was installed, well, they've already been installed, so that's why it didn't reinstall it, but it tried to install it and then pandoc. And then if I look at my log errors, unable to locate package, whatever that means. All right. So it's just a very simple command that I wrote just to install packages. And if you're liking these videos, again, please go ahead and subscribe, and please hit the bell to get those notifications. And also go back and watch some of my past videos. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was really short. And with that being said, peace out. Until next time, happy coding.